the crypts beneath the church to once again be attacked by by items animated by magical energy. Lynn, you were alert to this. You, in fact, even asked. You even said, "I take particular care when we walk through that room." As such, I'll allow you and the entire party to have a surprise round where the items are all prone. So the items are a set of tongs, a hammer, a shovel, and a chisel, and they all just like go. Oh wait, no, it's not a shovel. It's a saw. It's a saw. I'm dumb. So there's tongs, hammer, saw, and chisel, and they all begin to like slowly like twitch. And before they even have had a chance to like rise up, you realize what's going on, Lynn. So
Something's happening. I think the tools are moving.
God.
so Carson, what do you do?
If this person wants to be freed, he shouldn't like try to kill us, right? Or maybe he realized we are trying to imprison him further. Well, either way, I will Eldritch Blast the chisel, actually.
Okie dokies. Go for it. You blast energy at the chisel, and since it's prone, I believe you have disadvantage on an attack against it. So if you could roll up another one, just for the dice.
If it's prone, don't I have advantage?
Advantage on melee, disadvantage on range.
Oh. That's
prone. Disadvantage on attack rolls. Attack rolls against you have advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet. Okay. So you like send out a blast of eldritch energy, and it like scores the table where the chisel is, and you see like a purple tinge left on the blade of the chisel. Lynn, what you do?
Can I make some roll to see if it took any damage from that?
You can tell that it wasn't damaged.
But
You,
like,
you,
can I tell if
hit it?
I didn't hit its AC or if it doesn't
you
take
didn't hit its AC.
Sorry?
You didn't hit its AC.
Alright.
You can tell that your shot like partially hit it and then was like reflected off like on an angle. Lynn?
I move forward and hit the tongs.
Okay. Make an attack. Okay, so you swing your warhammer down on the tongs, and there's just
Whoosh.
this sound of like metal on metal, and the tongs reverberate, and they seem stronger than mild steel. Glory.
I'll step up and take a swing at the shovel. Saw.
Saw.
There wouldn't be a shovel in an underground crypt.
No.
Cool. So you slam your halberd down onto the saw, and the entire length of the serrated blade like wobbles and vibrates, and you see like a big rent appear in it. But it doesn't seem disabled. The magic still has hold of it. And then Alana.
Alright, Alana is going to focus really hard again and do the hand gestures. But this time it's going to work, whereas before it did not when she was just testing it.
Cool.
And she's going for the hammer.
Cool.
Wow.
The holy fire like touches the hammer, and as soon as it does, it just evaporates. You see it like go away.
I think I might move slightly to block access to Carson.
Cool. So you step to defend him. Wow. Okay, dokes. Boop. Okay. So on the first turn, which the magical items can act, Carson, is your.
Are they still prone?
No, they all begin to rise up off the tables.
So I don't have disadvantage.
No.
Alright.
Normal rolls.
Well, let's hit the shovel.
Cool. So you let out a blast of energy at the saw blade, and it like hits the like wooden handle, and just the wooden handle evaporates into like ash. But the saw blade with this like gash in it where Drock hit it just hangs there in the air, and you can see it like getting drawn, and the serrated blades just like spread out. But you haven't done anything to it.
Alcohol isn't good for you.
Drock, the saw blade, like the serrated edge, just like draws out until it's like razor fine, and it's almost as though it's being stretched by an unseen force, and it just swings at you like a scythe. AC 18 still. Yep.
16.
16? Oh.
Yeah.
You're not. Oh, you're not wearing a shield. Okay.
No.
So, like, it cuts across your armor and just leaves like a score mark. You're fine. The chisel, however, rises like an arrow and just like shoots towards you. And it just like strikes your shoulder and like flies into the wall nearby. At a point, the wall's down here because you've descended slightly at like cavernous rock. Glory, what do you do?
Would it take a whole action to take my shield out?
Yeah, it'll take an action to equip your shield.
Alright, then I won't do it. I'll just take a swing at the saw with my halberd.
Okay. So you like catch the saw with your halberd, and there's that sound of metal on metal, and then like the saw like twists, and your halberd sails past it. Lynn.
What? I didn't hit it?
Nope.
Oh yeah, it's not prone anymore.
No. Sorry, were you looking at the 24 and going, yes?
I take another swing at the tongs.
Okay. So your blow lands true, and the tongs bend and warp as your warhammer smashes into them.
Can I make the sound effect of her hitting the tongs?
Go for it.
It goes tong.
Oh god! Oh, that is
Sorry,
worst.
I
That is
apologize
worst.
for that.
No,
Don't. It's
advantage
great.
for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Ilana, what do you do?
Alright, since the objects are now engaged, she's going to move up and she's going to go whack the... Actually, no, she's going to try and do the same thing, but this time to the top. She's going off Nora's lead.
Okay. So you make the same gesture, and the holy fire is called down upon the tongs. And Lynn, you can see the like metal twisting and melting as though it were like wax.
Right, and then she's going to move up beside it just to provide her a little bit of extra support.
Okay, dokes. The hammer swings at Lynn's head, like, and it sails past, and you see it like it's acting as though it were held by someone, and it's like swings, returns, hovers there, swings, returns, hovers there. The tongs attempt to like grab onto Ilana, and they like lunge towards your mouth.
Shield.
No, not the shield. So Lynn just like shield bashes the tongs, and they do that thing that you get in cartoons where they go end over end until they like regain their balance, and then they make a menacing like nash kind of thing, but it looks kind of weird because they're all like melty, so it's more like gloop. Carson, what do you do?
Can I like can I discern that there are like invisible creatures holding these things?
Give me a perception test.
I should really have prepared this. Skills. Perception. Not so good.
So you look at the floor and wall, and you look at the light of the shadow cast by whatever light source you've brought down, probably a torch that one of you's carrying, and you can see no indication of any invisible creature.
Alright. I'll just Eldritch Blast Mr. C.
Okay, you Eldritch Blast the chisel.
Alright, sorry. I'm wasting all your times.
So you blast the chisel, and it just like sails past it, strikes the cavern behind it, and there's like a scorch mark left there. The saw, like once again, lunges at Drock and just like tries to move back and forth on your armor, cutting through. And it just makes this horrible sound of metal on metal, and you get like this another scratch before you manage to like move away, and it like hangs there in the air. The chisel lunges for Drock. 16 AC,
Yep.
and it sticks into his chest and comes out bloody, dealing 7 points of damage. So
That's not
Drock,
good.
it like lunges into you, and there's a splurt of blood, and Drock just falls to the ground. Boop. Drock, could you please make a death saving throw?
It's a natural 20. Get that 20.
Where do I find it? Yeah,
Just roll a d20 in chat, it's fine. Or that. That's one success. You need 3 successes to be stable. If you get 3, then you die. 1 is 2 fails. 20 is you stand up with 1 hit point. So, Lynn, what do you do? Like, Drock just gets stabbed in the heart by a chisel and goes poof in this coughing sound of metal.
I haven't even seen it, unfortunately. My back is to him. I continue hitting the tongs.
Okay. Okay. So you like slam your
Try.
warhammer at where the tongs used to be, and it like catches empty air as they like move to the side and menacingly glomp at you. Alana.
Okay. So as I see Drock go down, I say, not again.
Well,
I actually should have gone to the other side because I forgot you have less AC. But yes. So as my action, I'm going to cast. As my bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Drock. Again, she shouts in Celestial. Stop falling asleep on the job. Get up and fight.
Okay. And roll it up.
Alright, and so he heals another. Wow, all these low rolls. Wow.
Yeah.
So Drock, once again, you see your life flash before your eyes, your blood on your own clothing, and then, oh, no, you're fine. The wound seals, your eyes roll back into their sockets, and you see these hovering tools above you.
Alana is going to move away from this guy, the tongs, drawing attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Len can decide if she wants to protect or not.
I was just going to ask, can I? Since
Yes,
it's,
as a reaction.
I can do
but
that
you have
even
to
if
be
you
within
provoked
5
it.
feet.
Theoretically, I
I'll
would
allow
be
it.
provoking
That's
it
fine.
as I move away.
Then I'll definitely do that.
Okay, cool. Boop, boop. Yeah, you're fine. Like, Linda interposes her shield as you make a hasty withdrawal, and the tongs glomp at you.
And then I move up beside Glory, and I just use my action to help him to his feet.
Okay. So you Drock, Alana like reaches down, her arm under your armpit, and drags you to your feet.
Right, and then I stepped over here, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. So the hammer swings at Lynn. And 18 AC?
18.
Okay. And hits Lynn in the chest, and there's like that sound of like metal shaking as it's hit hard. And then Lynn, you feel as though you've just been hit by a much heavier hammer. Like this is like a little hammer that you would use to like tap nails in, but it feels like you've just been hit by, well, something of the same size that you're wielding, and you like feel your skin bruising beneath you. You take 5 points of damage. So if you just click on your little red thing, change it down. The tongs then menacingly advance upon you with like gloop gloops, and they like lunge forward and you like bash them aside with your shield. Carson, what do you do?
Right. So, like, I've still seen the attacks seem like there is someone holding them, right?
It does seem like they're hovering,
Yeah.
not like high in the air or low on the ground. They're hovering about the height that someone would wield them, and when they attack, they like lunge forward and then recover, as though like a fighter would. But you can see no indication that they are actually being held by anything.
Yeah, I can't see due to my perception, but my obsession with like knowledge and the worship of my god, I just gotta know. So I walk forward 10 feet and pour a bag of flour over them.
Okay, so Carson like a bag of flour out over the creature. Carson, roll a d20. Okay, and it like coats the thing, and you see the chisel and the saw. Like as it coats them, there's like this hand around the chisel and like the flour, and the hand just stops. There's like this invisible hand that doesn't connect to an invisible arm or an invisible shoulder or an invisible butt. There's just this like creepy hand that's like coated in flour,
Alright,
holding the weapons.
then I walk
Alana,
back to my
Alana
original
yells.
position.
Alana yells, I don't think these things can be deep fried. I don't think they're edible.
Oh, you don't say. I just wanted to see if there are invisible people holding those weapons, because that would be quite useful.
Cool. Make sure to note that your bag of flour is used.
Oh.
The saw attacks Alana.
Alright.
It like spins round, slams into your armor, and begins soaring back and
I would
forth.
like to use lucky.
Cool. So, like, soars back and forth, and for a moment you hear the sounds of like your chain links breaking and snapping apart, and then the saw retreats, and you look down, and your armor's perfectly intact. And for those that don't know, Lucky allows him to reroll successful attacks by enemies. It's complete bogus. But the chisel attacks Drock, trying to repeat its prior blow. And it like strikes
Oh.
deep,
Oh, come on!
plunging into Glory's chest, comes away bloody, and Drock just drowns, hits the ground, and there's a moment perhaps when Drock has a moment to go, huh? And then you just see the chisel like slam into your chest and everything goes black and you collapse again. Drock, could you please make a death saving throw? That's a failure.
Hey, at least it's not a 1.
That is true,
That
but
is true.
you're 1 away from death now. Lynn.
Have I figured out that something is going on behind my back yet today? I don't know about that.
It depends how combat aware you feel your character would be. You're a fighter, you're used to being in battles by trade, and you can hear the sounds of combat going on behind you, and something heavier than the items that are fighting against
And
you hits
possibly
the
some
ground.
screams.
Yeah, and
More like a
pretty
wet
big guy
sucking
and chick will
sound
just
than a
fill it
loud.
with-
I'll go with that and actually move away so they can start by
Attacking you.
hitting me.
Okay. 18 AC.
Hmm.
Tong's hammer. The hammer strikes you on the back as.
But you had 15, or did you roll both at the same time?
15 and 18. Yeah.
Okay.
The 15 is the tongs. The 18 is the hammer.
Yeah,
And
sure.
the hammer hits you, but the tongs doesn't. The tongs like tries to catch you as you flee, but doesn't. But the hammer strikes you in the back for 4 points of damage. So just adjust your health.
Yep.
And
Sword.
what action do you take when you get to the combat over here?
I start by trying to push the what was that? Sea
Chisel?
chisel away. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Somehow I don't think it's going to resist, but let's just check. Yeah, the chisel doesn't, and it's like, is it 10
Over
feet
behind
or 5
Elana.
feet? It's 5 feet,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. So
So it
one
just-
square.
So you like
There.
slam into the chisel, and it like flies away as a tiny little object, like a chisel would when you slam into it.
And I go forward, and I'm going to first hit the saw. Then I'm going to use what's that called?
Action surge.
Yes, exactly. To go again, and hit it again.
Okay, you're using action surge to have an extra action. Cool. So make your attack against the saw. Okay, so your warhammer slams into the saw, and the rent where Drock hit it just widens, and the saw splits into 2 pieces, and then there's a kind of like sound, and they just drop to the ground with a kind of clatter.
Yeah. And when I go again, I only get another action, not another bonus action. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
Just an extra
Yeah.
action.
So I'll hit the chisel as well.
So you strike
Oh, or
at
not.
the you strike at the chisel, and it just like sinks low to near where the ground is, and then like comes up from below. Alana, what you do?
Glory has failed 1 death saving throw, correct?
Correct.
Mhm.
So theoretically, if he rolls a 1 or if he gets attacked by both the tongs and the hammer, he's dead.
Yep. Well, it doesn't need both of
One
them
of
to attack
them.
him, because it'll be a melee attack, which counts as critical, which counts as 2 failed deaths.
Alright,
Hello.
a concerned look in her expression.
There was a
suddenly
loss of
you-
connection. You disappeared,
it's all-
so I didn't catch what you said, Kev.
uh,
And you're still fading. You're like cutting in and out.
is it still working?
We can hear you. You're a bit roboty.
Yeah. Same.
I
yeah.
see. Okay. Yeah. Before sound was just gone for me as well. I think it's Skype. Anyway, I think it's fine now. Yeah, Lana has a concerned expression on her face, and she's going to like step slightly around Lynn, still keeping within range of the chisel, and she's going to reach down, and as Drock is like groaning on the ground, bleeding out, she's going to say in Celestial, "Quit your whining," which is us dying, her version of Spare the Dying.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So you instantly become stable, Drock, and you're at just success. If you get attacked again, you'll start dying again, just as a point. In the meantime, roll a d4 for how many hours it will take you to regain consciousness. And that's a standard action, isn't it, Kev?
Yes.
2 hours later,
I
you'll
can't-
regain consciousness, Drock.
So you just need to
Can't
fight
really
for
do
2 hours.
anything. I'm gonna move back to my original position,
Okay.
and
So-
yeah, that's turn.
So the hammer comes in, chasing Lynn, and attempts to attack you.
Mhm.
And it like slams into your heavy metal armor, and it's like, ting! Nothing. The tongs, however, go boop ba doop ba doop and attack Carson.
Oh, damn.
Carson, you just
Cool,
see
so-
like these hovering tongs come around the corner, and they're just all melty and gross looking, and they like reach forward and attempt to like enclose you.
Why attack me? I'm such a humble. Oh,
Okay. And they like grab
It
into your
hits.
mouth, grab hold of your tongue, and begin pulling. And you feel like your skin tearing and just blood gushes out. You take 12 points of damage. So if you just click your red bar.
Yeah, it's really not effective. I take 12 points of damage.
Yep.
Alright.
And
I'm still
then the
awake to
tongs
fix.
like release their grip and fly away, and you just like vomit blood for a second or two. Carson, how do you respond to this vile attack on your holy personage?
Seeing that these weapons are basically controlled by powerful mage hands, do I have like any idea of how I could dispel them?
A 3rd level spell called Dispel Magic.
Alright, I don't have that.
Do you have any in-character
Well, you know
power
what?
that can allow you to
My
dispel
mouth
magic?
is going to start moving, but now
Damn you, Skype. Damn you.
it's messing up my coming in episodes.
Okay.
I'm talking shut.
Okay, so what do you do, Carson? Your Skype just went in and out completely there.
Hello?
And it's gone again.
Hello?
I
Do you hear
I
me?
can hear you, yeah. I can't see you moving.
I can barely hear you. You asked a question, I didn't hear it.
Ah, yes. What do you do?
Yeah, well, my mouth starts moving, but nothing, like no sound seems to emanate as I envelop this hand with maddening whispers.
Okay. So, you cast this spell, and you immediately realize nothing's happening. You like reach out with your mind to like connect with something, and there's just no intelligence there.
No.
You can tell that the hand gripping the tongs is magical, but not directly controlled by any creature. And that's your turn. And then it's the saw, which is
Cheers.
deceased, and the chisel. And the chisel will attack Lynn, the shield basher. Lynn, the chisel that you bashed away, like swings towards you, point first, and attempts to drive deep into your armor, and it does not succeed.
Mhm.
And Skype is a pile of amazing rolls. Why Skype? Why?
I think we need to restart.
Okay, hang on a sec. Boop. Welcome to the Jellyfish Show. Yeah, if you all just hang up and restart the call.